So Mantika, let us take a very simple function y is equal to x square, y is equal to x square, and what I want to tell you is that using the differential of y is equal to x square is 2x. And once when we are discussing this, that the differentiation of y is equal to x square is 2x, we will understand a lot of things which will help us understand the the core concept of what calculus is all about. So there is a function y is equal to x square. Y is equal to x square is basically, it looks like this. It is a parabola which open upwards. But right now what I am interested in only the positive values of x. So I am ignoring the negative values of x. So if you see here, I have just considered the positive values of x. I am not interested in the negative values of x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have already seen that y is equal to x square has a connection with our physics when we look at the equation of motion where the ball is dropped from a certain height, and the initial motion, the initial velocity is 0, and the equation is given something like half a t square. So if I consider the value of a to be 10, then this equation becomes h is equal to 5t square. So this equation h is equal to 5t square has a sort of a connection with this equation. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Basically what I am trying to tell you is that this h is equal to 5t square, if I plot this, then it will look something like this for all positive values of t. This graph and this graph is almost the same. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
The only difference, as a matter of fact, you will understand that in the next few classes. The only difference is that here there is a 1 and here there is a 5. That is the only difference. And so when y is equal to x square is given to me, when I know as a physics problem, when I see that the height of that ball is given by this function h is equal to 5t square, then I have a basic confidence that yes, this problem y is equal to x square has some relevance for me as a physics student. So what I do is, this is my x axis and this is my y axis. I know that the value of y is x square. So at point x, at any random, let us say at any random point x, the value of y would be given by x square. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
And both these points, basically, both these coordinates would define this point. This point would be given by x comma x square. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So similarly, I take another point x plus delta x. So at x plus delta x, the value of y would be given by this function, and because now x is x plus delta x, the value of y would be given by x plus delta x whole square. Is it making sense?
Yeah, sir.
भाई समझ आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा? मिस्टर रुद्र समझ आ रहा नहीं आ रहा? मिस्टर रुद्र, मिस्टर
हाँ
रुद्र
सर।
सो गए भाई? कुछ समझ आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा?
हाँ सर, समझ।
y is equal to x square. ठीक है? So let us try to understand with the help of an example. Let us assume that x is equal to 2. Now if x is equal to 2 and I want to find the value of y, the value of y, Mr. Rudra, would be Avantika. If x is equal to 2, then the value of y would be Avantika, are we clear or not?
Yeah.
So at any point x, so for example at x is equal to 2, if I want to find the value of y, all I need to do is just put this value of 2 here and I will get the value of y. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Similarly, let us assume that x is equal to 5. Then Avantika, what would be the value of y? I'm sorry, x is equal to 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So the value of y,
25.
25. Great. If x is equal to 10, what would be the value of y?
100.
Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now all I'm trying to tell you is that if I consider this to be 2, then this point, Avantika, this value of y would be
4.
if I consider this to be 5 and I trace the value of y on the y axis, this value of y would be
25.
if I put x is equal to 10 here, then the corresponding value that I will get on y axis would be,
100.
is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
And basically what I'm trying to tell you is that you can take any point on this graph and you can have a corresponding y values also,
Yeah.
the x and y corresponding values, all of them would lie on this graph. Are we clear till here or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are comfortable with this. Now let us come back to this, that if x is the abscissa, then the ordinate would be x square and this point would be equal to x comma x square. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now this might be another point, x plus delta x. Now what is delta x? Let's ignore it for a while. So for example, what I had said was that this was 2 and I had said this was 5. So I can write this 5 also as 2 plus 3. It doesn't matter much. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So when this is the value, then if I have to find the value of y, then what I'll do is I'll substitute the value here as x plus delta x, and whatever value I'll get would be this value of y. Are we clear till here?
Yeah.
Now is it making sense that this point would be x plus delta x comma x plus delta x whole square? Is it making sense now?
Yeah.
So we have 2 points on this graph. One is a point P and another is a point Q. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now I want to find the slope of this line PQ, of this triangle PQR. Let me call this PQR. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Then the slope of line PQ is given by tan theta. I know this from class 10th. Any doubt about this?
No.
So this would be delta y. What is delta y? Delta y is this and delta x is this. Are we clear till here?
Yeah.
Another way of looking at this is another way of if you find this confusing, another way of looking at this is that this is my point x2 y2, this is my point x1 y1, and the slope will be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now when I calculate this is x plus delta x whole square. When I calculate this is x square plus delta x square plus 2x delta x minus x square. This is x plus delta x minus x. So this x and this x will cancel. I'll have just a delta x in the denominator. Is this making sense or not?
Yeah.
And when I open the bracket, this x square and this x square will cancel, and this delta x, one of the delta x will vanish, and here also one of the only delta x will vanish. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So it will simplify to delta x plus 2x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So the slope is given by the slope delta y by delta x is given by delta x plus 2x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now let me do a small thing. What I'll do is I'll start bringing this q as close to p as is possible. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Now as I start pulling q towards p, walking on the graph only. Just remember, you just have to walk on the graph. You can't leave the graph. So q is coming more and more closer to p. Now if you understand, at that time this point x plus delta x would be coming more and more close to x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
When try to imagine that x plus delta x is as close to x as is possible, do you agree that delta x would have become 0? Almost 0. So
Yeah.
it is like x is 2, and this x plus delta x would have become something like 2.00000000001. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
And if you see and observe closely, then delta x would have actually become 0.0000000000001. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
भाई खड़े हो जा थोड़ी देर. So the point that I'm trying to make is that if you pull q to p as close as is possible, you would see that the delta x will almost become 0. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So here what I have used this phrase. Limit where delta x tends to 0. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Delta y by delta x. Basically what I'm saying is that the slope as delta x becomes almost 0 can be given by 2x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
And if you try to think a bit, when this q has come as close to p as is possible, this slope would be the slope of the curve at the point P, where P, the coordinates of P are, the abscissa of P is x. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So the point that I'm trying to make is that if I have to find the slope of a curve at any point, the curve being y is equal to x square, the formula that I can use is 2x. It is as simple as that. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is that for this curve y is equal to x square, if I have to find the slope at this point, the slope would be given by twice of 2. That is it. If I want to find the slope at a point x is equal to 5, the slope would be given by 2 into 5. If I have to find the slope at point x is equal to 10, the slope would be 2 into 10. Is it making sense or not?
Yeah.
So here the slope is 4, here the slope is 10, here the slope is 20, and I can see the slope of the curve increasing. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
So Avantika, this is basically the gist of what differentiation is about. Differentiation helps us to find the slope of the curve at any point that I want. Is it making sense?
Yeah.